यस, आपने बेसिक स्टडी किया है?
Actually, sir, I joined your course today, 12 p.m. So I only studied thermodynamics and chemical equilibrium for this interview.
यस, थर्मोडायनेमिक्स केमिकल, यस बेसिक आपने स्टडी किया सीपीसीबी के बारे में?
नहीं सर, आज टाइम नहीं मिला तो कल से सर, अब कल स्टडी करके आपसे मिलूंगा।
यस यस, कोई नहीं, अभी थोड़ी बेसिक आइडिया ले लेते हैं आज टुडे। ये लेट बी स्टार्ट, बेसिक इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ।
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. I am Ravi Narayan Behra. I am from Odisha. I completed my schooling from Government Panchayat High School, Gurdapatana, Baleshwar, and 12th from Sulagna Junior Residential College, Baleshwar, in Odisha itself. I completed my graduation from MPC Autonomous College in under North Odisha University, Baripada, and post graduation from IIT Kharagpur in the year of 2022. I am very self-enthusiastic and quick learner. My hobbies are to read spiritual novel and to travel to different places. Thank you, sir.
यस, गुड। Do you have any idea about CPCB? Some basic knowledge?
CPCB sir, stands for Central Pollution Control Board. As per my knowledge, I know that it is a organization which control the all type of pollutions like water pollution, soil pollutions, noise pollution, and air pollution, and it constantly monitor all this type of pollution and and manage in a better way.
Yes, good. Are you from Odisha? Yes.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about Odisha?
Sir, in Odisha, it is very spiritual state, and in our Odisha, there is much more festival other than all states. And in our Odisha, there is a very beautiful thing that is Lord Jagannath Temple in our Odisha. So people's all other states are comes into our Odisha to visit this temple. And our Odisha, in our Odisha, that is there are also other tourist places like Chilika and Chandipur Sea Beach and Chandrabhaga Lake and Konarko Temple are also there.
Yes, good. And next, how do you feel about India? What is your opinion about Indian country?
Sir, as a Indian, I am proud to be Indian, and in India, the sir, actually, I am not prepared about that question. So,
Yes, yes, no problem. Next, why will you become a scientist? Be in CPCB?
sir, all this question I am not prepared actually today. Sir, can you start with thermodynamics and equilibrium?
Yes. You prepared only thermodynamics, chemical kinetics. Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. First of all, start in chemical kinetics.
Okay, sir.
What is chemical kinetics?
Sir, chemical kinetics is concerned with the how the process, how the fast the process will takes place, and it all about the concern about the time at which the reaction is takes place, which is not done by any other, like thermodynamics is not concerned about the time how the process will fast, or when the process will be stops, or when the process will be occur in which rate. So all these things questions are solved by only chemical kinetics.
Yes. What is the difference between rate law, rate equation, rate reaction? What is the difference?
Sir, rate law are generally expressed by rate reaction. That means if a reaction is fast order, then the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant itself to the power of 1. If the rate of the reaction is a second order reaction, then the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the reactant concentration to the power 2. It's like that.
Yes. What is the graphical representation of reactant product, reversible, irreversible reactions, rate law?
Sir, which reaction? Sir, can I draw the graphical representations?
Yes. Tell me,
Sir, for reversible.
oral.
Sir, I don't understand your question actually.
They graphically represent why suppose reactant to product reaction. How to
Yes,
represent
sir.
by graphical?
Sir, we can constantly monitor the concentration of various reacting species and product in different time, and we plot the graph concentration versus time. So from the graph itself, we can measure the rate and order.
Yes. What is the difference between order of reaction and molecularity?
Sir, order of the reaction is actually an experimental thing. We cannot tell the order of the reaction by just looking the simple stoichiometric balance equation of the reaction. But molecularity, it is the number of reacting molecules that they actively takes place in every elementary steps of the complex reaction.
Yes. What is the difference between first order reaction and pseudo first order reaction?
Sir, actually, in first order reaction, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration of the reactant itself. But in pseudo fast order reaction, the reaction is actually second order. But uh, but there is one reactant which is taken in excess, like solvent molecule, which are always taken in excess molecule, excess in manner. So the concentration of the excess reacting species is not changes with respect to time. So you can take it constant. So now it acts as a fast order reaction. So it is called a pseudo fast order reaction.
Yes. What is the difference between first order reaction and first law thermodynamics?
So fast law of thermodynamics tells about the conservation of energy. That means in an isolated system, the total internal energy of the system is kept constant. Then second question, sir.
What is the difference between first order reaction and first law thermodynamics? Yes, which
Sir,
question? You told it.
I don't know.
Yes. Order of reaction is the concentration. Measurement is concentration. Order of thermodynamics is defining the energy.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
There
Yes,
is a
sir.
simple difference. Concentration and energy.
Okay, sir.
Yes. What is second order reaction?
Sir, in a second order reaction, the rate of the reaction is directly proportional to the concentration to the power 2.
Yes. And third order reaction?
Similarly, sir, like that, the rate of reaction is directly proportional to the concentration to the power.
Yes. What is half-life?
Half-life means the time period at which the amount of this reacting species which were taken initially are get reduced to one half of its original value.
Yes, good. What is the example of the zero order reaction? Any zero order reaction example? Which reaction is so
Sir,
zero order reaction?
such a reaction which are generally takes place in the metal surfaces are generally zero order reaction, like decomposition of ammonia in iron surface, so are zero order reaction.
Yes. And first order reaction is the example.
So first order reaction is example is uh, all type of radioactive decays are first order reaction.
Yes, SN1 also is first order reaction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes. And second order reaction?
Second order reaction, sir. Example.
Yes, example.
Okay, sir. Second order reaction our SN2 reactions are all second order reaction.
Yes. And ozone 2O3 molecules in convert to 3O2 is the example of second order reaction. And third order reaction?
Third order reaction uh,
2NO plus O2, 2NO2 is third order reaction.
okay.
Yes. What is activation energy? What is the purpose of activation energy in chemical kinetics?
Yes, sir. Sir, activation energy, it is the amount of energy that we have to give the reactant molecule to happens the reaction. So it is the minimum amount of energy we have to give the reactant molecule to happen the reaction. Because all the reactant molecules do not possesses the sufficient amount of energy to collide them each other to give the product.
Yes. What is the relation between activation energy and Arrhenius equation?
Sir, actually Arrhenius equation relate with a rate constant with activation energy, that the relation is K equal to A into e to the power minus EA by RT. That means it physically signifies that all the collisions are not effective. Some fraction of the collisions mm, uh, which have energy more than threshold energy are that actively takes parts in the reaction and gives the product reactant to product molecule.
Yes. Activation energy depend on temperature or not?
Activation energy are independent of temperature actually.
Yes. What is threshold energy?
So threshold energy, it is the energy of the activated complex. It's called threshold energy.
What is actual energy?
Sir, actual energy of the reactant or product?
Actual energy between threshold energy is equal to activation energy plus actual energy is equal to threshold energy, no?
The threshold energy equal to actual energy of the reactant plus activation energy.
Yes. What is the difference between exothermic and endothermic reactions?
Sir, in exothermic reaction, the enthalpy of the reaction is negative. That means the energy is evolved in this process. In endothermic reaction, the change in enthalpy is positive. That means the reaction is supported by the reaction is driven by the absorption of energy from the surrounding.
Yes. How to determine activation energy by Arrhenius equation?
1 second, sir. Sir, if we plot a graph of ln k and 1 bar stress temperature, then the slope is given by the activation energy.
Yes. Good. What is catalysis?
Sir, so catalysis means a reaction. Actually, a reaction is happening slow rate. If we add the catalyst, then the reaction is tremendously fast, and this process is called catalysis. And the catalysis of two type is homogeneous catalysis and heterogeneous catalysis.
Yes. What is the difference homogeneous and heterogeneous catalyst?
Sir, in homogeneous catalysis, the catalysts are in same phase with the all the reacting species. For example, Wilkinson process. All are homogeneous catalysis, and in heterogeneous catalysis, the catalysts are in different phase from the reacting species.
Yes. What is the effect of temperature on reaction rate? What is the
So if
increase
we
of temperature? Yes.
okay, sir. If we increase the temperature, then the rate of the reaction is increases, because the number of colliding molecule having more than threshold energy is increases. That's why, sir, rate of the reaction increases.
Yes, good. What is steady state approximation? What is the uses of steady state approximation in chemical kinetics?
Sir, in actually steady state approximation, we first write the rate of formation of all the intermediates that are formed in this reaction, and we just um, taken as the rate of formation of this intermediate. Sorry, sir. Actually, steady state approximation is used to study the rate of complex reactions that which are not happen in single step.
Yes. What's the difference between equilibrium approximation and
Sir, in equilibrium approximation, there is a fast equilibrium step followed by a slow step. But in steady state approximation, there is no such criteria.
yes? Any limitation of steady state approximation?
Sorry, sir. At that moment, I don't know any limitations.
Okay, you look them. Next is Lindemann theory. What is Lindemann theory?
Sir, Lindemann theory gives the explain the how the rate of the unimolecular reactions are taken place. That it tells that at low pressure, the rate of the unimolecular reaction is second order, and in high pressure, the rate of the reaction is generally first order.
Yes. Lindemann theory, suppose that in um, low pressure and high pressure, what will be the product in Lindemann theory?
Sir, the product is always same, but the reaction order is different. In low pressure, it follows second order reaction, and in high pressure, it follows first order reaction.
Yes. Any involvement in Lindemann theory by collision theory?
Sir, again, we're going to repeat the question.
Any involvement of in any involvement in Lindemann theory by collision theory?
No, sir, actually, I don't know.
What is Mitchell-Manson equation?
Sir, Michaelis-Menten equation is generally concerned with the how the enzyme catalysis reactions rates are happen.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Michaelis-Menten equations are generally concerned with the how the enzyme catalyzed reaction are proceed and how the enzyme concentration is affect the rate of the reaction, and how the substrate concentration is also affect the rate of the reactions.
What is enzyme catalyst?
So enzymes are basically proteins which have a certain binding site. It bind with the substrate, and then I hope reaction takes place. Then it unbind. Then after the product formation, it unbind it.
And what is the use of enzyme catalyst in Michelson equation? What is the purpose of each one?
Sorry, sir, I don't know about it.
Yes, you have to study about these
Okay,
questions.
sir. Yes, sir.
Next move on. Next theory is collision theory. What is collision theory?
Sir, in collision theory, because all the reactions we are study are taken place due to the because the reactant molecules are collide to each other. So collision theory is a very important aspect to study the rate of the reaction, and it tells about the how the fraction what fraction of collisions that gives to product.
Yes, collision. Any limitation of collision theory?
Sir, in collision theory, actually, we have missed one thing, that is the orientation factor, which is very important. Important aspect we are missing. So that's why we are trying to put a new theory, which is called transition state theory, which consider the orientation factor, orientation factor along with the activation energy factor. But collision theory is only focused on the activation energy barrier. So that's the limitation.
Yes. What is activation complex theory? Yeah, transition state theory.
Sir, in transition state theory, the reactant molecules are oriented in a specific manner and come closer to each other in a specific orientation and form a activated complex. Then the activated complex is very short-lived and it is rapidly dissociate into product molecules.
Any limitation of these one? Transition state theory.
Sir, transition state theory limitations, sir, I don't know actually.
Yes, you look them. You have to study about these limitations. What is salt effect? What is the uses of these one? Salt effect.
Sir, salt effect actually two type, that is primary salt effect and secondary salt effect. And in primary salt effect, it tells out how the ionic strength of the solution of the environment is affect the rate of the reaction. But in secondary salt effect, it tells about the how the catalyzing species concentration can affect the rate of the reaction.
Yes. What is fast reaction?
Sir, the reaction which takes place in very short time. That means in microseconds. This reaction are called fast reaction. Like acid base reaction, strong acid strong base reaction are very fast reactions.
How many methods in fast reaction?
So to determine the rate of fast reaction, we basically go for flash photometric method and relaxation time method.
Yes. Any limitation of fast reaction?
Sir, in fast reaction, the reaction are very fast, so we cannot measure the instantaneous reactant concentration. So concentration in product concentration. So that is the limitations of fast reactions.
Yes. What is chain reaction?
Chain reaction.
Yes.
Sir, chain reaction actually I know slight bit, but in details I don't study chain reaction.
Yes, your chemical kinetic is finished. यस, आपको क्या है कि थोड़ा लिमिटेशंस पे फोकस कीजिए, थोड़ा और एक्सप्लेन कीजिए, कुछ पॉइंट आउट है उनको, जिससे क्या है कि आपके क्वेश्चंस और होंगे. अभी तो मैं और रिवाइज कराऊंगा आपका. यस,
हेलो,
अभी तो और रिवाइज होगा. आपकी जो कुछ टॉपिक है उनकी लिमिटेशंस पे आप फोकस कीजिए, लिमिटेशंस. यस,
यस सर, यस सर.
नेक्स्ट मूव ऑन थर्मोडायनेमिक्स. यस, व्हाट इज थर्मोडायनेमिक्स?
Sir, thermodynamics deals with the how the energy transfer takes place and the transformation of energy from one form to another form.
Yes, what is system and how many types of system in thermodynamics?
The system means the the special portion of the part of the universe that we are concerned to investigate about it. And the types of there is three type of system, that is closed system, open system, and isolated system.
Yes. What is work? What is work in thermodynamics?
Sir, work means uh, work is a form of energy. It represents that the we just displace it, displace a mass from one distance to another distance against a external force.
Yes. On the system, why the system? What is the difference?
Sir, on the system means we are doing work on the system, like in work done on the system, the internal energy of the system increases. Work done by the system means the system is doing work on the surrounding. In this process, the internal energy of the system decreases.
Yes. Good. What is the difference between electrical work and non-PV work? What is the difference?
So electrical work and
Non-PV work.
so non-PV work means there is no compression or expansion type work, non-PV work. And electrical work comes under the non-PV work itself. Electrical work means we are just charging a moving of electrons from one potential difference to another potential difference. It's just like a electrical work.
Yes, good. Next is, what is the difference between isothermal, adiabatic, isochoric, isobaric, and cyclic process? What is the difference
Okay, sir.
of these one?
Sir, in adiabatic process, the system are kept in adiabates wall, so that there is no amount of heat is transferred between the system and the surrounding. And in isobaric process, the pressure of the systems is remain constant. In isochoric process, the volume of the system is kept constant. And isothermal process, the temperature of the systems remains constant.
Yes. What is the difference between state and path function?
Sir, state functions are basically those physical quantities which are basically depends upon the initial and final state of the system, not the transient path or the past history associated with this state. It just depend upon the which state in the system is present. And for example, internal energy, entropy, all are the state function. And it is a all the state function are exact differentiable, and path function are the physical quantities which associated with the path through which the system is comes from one state to another state, like work, heat.
Yes. What is first law of thermodynamics? What is the uses of thermodynamics? And what is the beneficial of these one in our society? Can you explain one by
So,
one?
only fast law.
First law of thermodynamics. Yes.
Sir, fast law of thermodynamics states that the internal energy of an isolated system is remain constant. It basically tells about the law of conservation of energy. So that it tells that energy neither be created nor be destroyed, and it is the I don't know about the beneficial way of the first law of thermodynamics in day-to-day life.
Yes, yes, our society, first law, the energy, any process, energy transfer, na, one form to another form.
That form. Yes, sir. So are we using electrical energy to convert light energy or heat energy. All these types of transformation are under first law of thermodynamics.
Yes, in our life.
Yes, sir.
What is the difference between isothermal expansion and adiabatic expansion?
Sir, in isothermal expansion, the system increases its volume from V1 to V2. Suppose V1 to V2. In this process, the temperature remain constant in the system. In adiabatic process, the system expands its volume, but the temperature not constant. In the system, in this process, there is no involvement of heat transfer from surrounding to system or system to surrounding in adiabatic process. And in isothermal expansion, the temperature remain constant. In adiabatic expansion, the system suffer a permanent cooling.
Yes. What is the difference irreversible isothermal expansion and irreversible adiabatic expansion? What is the difference of these one?
Sir, again, irreversible isothermal expansion and
Irreversible adiabatic expansion.
so again, the temperature role is only the difference. Here temperature constant, here temperature is not constant, its cooling takes place.
Yes, good. Any limitation of first law thermodynamics?
Sir, first law of thermodynamics not tells only tells about the conservation of energy, but it not tells the how the energy is transferred from one form to another form. For example, from a cup of hot water, we cannot use that energy to lift a football into the air. So all the but by the first law of thermodynamics, it is totally correct. That means the internal energy of the hot water can be used to lift the football or any lifting system, but it is not actually happen in real life. Or in easy way, the first law of thermodynamics is not concerned about the spontaneity of processes.
Yes, good. यस क्लियर है अभी तो अब 1 मिनट रह गया है इसमें अब क्लियर क्या पॉइंट होगा नेक्स्ट डे हम थर्मोडायनेमिक्स को अच्छी तरह से एक्सप्लेन करेंगे बाकी आप आज जो जो कंटेंट था सीपीसीबी का जो फर्स्ट और सेकंड है जो बेसिक इंट्रोडक्शन में वो सीपीसीबी का आप पूरा पढ़ लेना बेसिक सीपीसी को अपॉइंट कौन करता है सीपीसीबी हेड कौन है हेड क्वार्टर कौन है यस सारे पॉल्यूशंस वगैरह उसको आज स्टडी कर लेना तो कल से हम बेसिक 10 मिनट इनिशियल 10 मिनट्स फॉर your basic introduction, your hobby, and your CPCB and other question. Yes, 10
Okay,
minutes.
sir.
Baki
Okay.
30 minutes is focus on your 5 favorite topic.
Okay, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually in CPCB, your आपने जो